I created an entire online graphic novel prologue from scratch, and then I actually finished it, uploaded it, scheduled it, and am making this video right now to show you how to finish your story and do the same exact thing. I've looked for amateur and beginner graphic novel artists online, but many projects never make it past the first conception or drawing videos. In this video, I will highlight the 3 steps that I took to go from idea to published for my online graphic novel, The Lost Land Sage. If you'd rather let your ideas gather dust in your brain and your project unalive of a slow and lonely demise, then this video is not for you. Don't worry, there is still time for you to leave. If you're still here, hi! I'll be specifically going over the roadblocks I faced along the way, how I overcame them, and tips I'd give myself before I started. Just to make the entire process that much easier for you, my beautiful little viewer bee. Who even am I? My name is Tiara. I like stories, and I created the online graphic novel The Lost Land Sage, also known as Project Sage. You can read and subscribe at projectsage.thecomicseries.com. You may have noticed that I called my story an online graphic novel. The easy thing to do is just to call it a webcomic. That's essentially what it is at this point. However, I went into this project wanting to make a graphic novel, specifically, which I think started this whole issue I was having with getting started. I'm the kind of person who can find my motivation from the videos that I watch. I clean my room after I watch a Clean With Me video. I do my skincare after watching a self-care routine. And I punch trees after I finish watching 100 Days of Minecraft. Okay, not actually that, but when I was looking for the external motivation to start this graphic novel project, it was sadly nowhere to be found. The videos on YouTube about graphic novels specifically are surprisingly sparse, few and far between. There were only so many times I could re-watch the same couple overview videos and started, and since stopped, projects before frustration took over. This video is for those of you that are like me. For you, the content-curious creatives who sometimes need that little bit of external motivation to get your passion project done. But I've talked a lot so far, and none of it about what you're actually here for. Oh, and if you are still here, I'm just gonna leave this cupcake on the screen right here. At the end of this video, I will give you the cupcake, free of charge. So, sounds like to me you should probably stick around. For a long time, while I was creating the prologue pages of my story, I was working without a list. You know, a to-do list. So I would just draw what I felt like doing in the moment. Which, yeah, I won't lie and say that didn't get me far. But as I've said in a previous video, one that I kind of wish I could delete, the vibes only get you so far. I was avoiding certain tasks, like the big establishing shot that goes on the first page, so much that I was sure if I kept up this avoidance, then the first page would not be done until the entirety of chapter 2 was. So I created the to-do list. For my type A brain, this changed everything. I broke down the list into 2 parts, things I have to do to move the project forward and things I'm allowed to do after that list is done only. This actually unintentionally created a reward goal for myself. Let me explain. I really wanted to color my line art because I just love that part of the process of creation and am a weirdo.
I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in.
However, I was terrified of doing the establishing shot because background and environments just scared me. However, With this list in place, I can no longer avoid the dreaded task. That's why step 1 is break, as in break down the task. Another way for a project to sit in idea purgatory is to follow this step and then never check off the task despite making the list, trading sweet serotonin for good old avoidance. To avoid this pitfall, my tip is to create deadlines. These deadlines are made for you by you. You can be lenient and make the deadline in 2 months. You can be insane, like me, and publicly announce your deadline to your 4 avid followers and then regret everything with a threat to crumble under the pressure because I set a date that is 2 weeks away. I am not freaking ready yet. Where is Mania when you need her? Sorry. My point is that when you create a deadline, have the discipline to stick to it, or at least create an external accountability system if you don't trust your own discipline. Trust me. Somehow, some way, it will get done. This is another step I didn't do until after I drafted, sketched, and line arted 6 pages of my prologue. Do not be like me. Please, I promise it is for your own good. Make all of the assets and supporting material you'll need for the story before putting the final designs on a page, or else you will be spending days redrawing your work. Seriously, I drew Rose, the main character's mother, for the first time as I drew her on the first page that she ever appeared on. I cannot stress enough how much I do not recommend this. Assisting documents can mean character reference sheets or turnarounds, scripts, or concept art. I would like to stress, extremely stress, to make these necessary for the story. If there are 2 characters for this part of the story, then you do not need to draw every character that exists in the world before you get started. That is unnecessary, and then you won't meet your deadline. Learn as you go. There is no rule that says you have to be a level 6 artist with understanding of 4D perspective with accurately represented anatomy in said perspective before you can start. Your limits are self-imposed. And if you're a small creator, like me, those 1 to maybe 4 subscribers may not even care. 2 are probably loved ones, and 1, let's be real, is yourself. So to the maybe 1 extra person, 2, if you're lucky, who is following your work, they probably don't care that you're not an art genius who can dish out gorgeous museum-worthy pieces in 30 minutes. Sorry. In the words of the motivational anthem of my generation, just do it. Actual cannibal, Shia LaBeouf. Not being public with your progress is a surefire way to avoid accountability and potential social proof for your work. If anyone accuses you of AI, well, you've got the background to show that that's not true. This step is both the easiest and the hardest step. It could make all of these other steps a walk in the park, or it could completely render them useless. The last and final step is to quite simply do the freaking thing.
You're sitting on the couch, you're watching TV, and your life is passing you by. You keep procrastinating over and over. No, do it right now. Been all day on the phone anyhow. Why are you making it complicated? It's easy.
Honestly, I could not say it any better. So I won't. Just do one thing towards your goal every day. This goes for art and for life in general. You want to get fit? Then walk a little more every day. You want to eat better? Then eat 1 more serving of whole foods every day. You want a better perception of yourself? Then fulfill 1 promise that you make yourself every day. You want to create your story for the world to finally see. Then do one drawing, one script writing session, one asset creation every single day. 1% better, 1 cent of gas, 1 pen stroke. Doesn't seem like much right now, but if you step back and look at the bigger picture over time, then you will see that you have been making a work of art all along. And it's you. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like my storytelling here, then you will love it in my online graphic novel, The Lost Land Sage. LLS is about a witch named Wysteria who is determined to explore the Ever to reconnect with her late grandmother. The Ever is a realm between hers and time that reveals so much about the past, the present, and even the future. Wysteria's story interacts with a host of characters, not all of them appearing as they seem, and as relationship bonds grow deeper, so does the tangled web of secrets, deceit, and power. Does that sound up your alley? Then check out projectsage.thecomicseries.com and read the first 6 pages. I post new pages every other week, so next week there will be 2 new pages, and I post YouTube videos like these on off weeks for those who just crave a little more. I am also working on some tiers and rewards for my Ko-Fi subscriptions, which will be available in the new year 2025. If you'd like, you can also go ahead and like and subscribe to this video and this channel. You can stay up to date on LLS and my own art journey. And for those of you that are still here, congrats! You get the delicious cupcake that I promised. I got a little hungry while recording this, so I might have taken a tiny bite out of it, but you don't mind, right? Be sure to leave in the comments how much you don't mind at all, so I know you watched this whole video. Bye!